All right. Good morning, people of Uganda. How you guys doing? LocsNLoad Firearm Views here today. All right, guys. I'm here to give you some concealed carry tips. All right. So you finally got your concealed carry license. You got your gun. You got your holster. You're ready to start concealed carrying. Congratulations. All right. But there's important things you need to know because things are going to be different now for you. You're going to be held to a higher standard than the average civilian. Because now that you have the CCW and you're carrying a deadly weapon on your person, when you get in certain situations, they're going to look at you and say, why did you not avoid this conflict? So that is what the topic of my video is on, conflict avoidance. All right. So a lot of you know, for those who don't, I do armed security and I'm a firearm instructor. I also do CCW classes for the through USCCA. So every class I do with every student I have, I always go through certain topics. And one of these topics is conflict avoidance. Now, what is conflict avoidance? Basically, as the name says, you avoid conflict. You avoid certain situations that can or will get you in conflict, right? A self-defense shooting, a fight, an altercation, argument. Certain things that you can't avoid. Like I said before, you will be held to a higher standard. When you go to especially here in Florida, when you go to a concealed carry class, in those classes, they talk about what you can and can't do with a firearm. So if you get in an altercation, let's say you're outside of Applebee's, you're a group of your friends, your homeboys, and y'all get in an altercation with somebody, fight breaks out, and you end up shooting somebody, the prosecutor will look at that situation and go, what did you do to avoid the conflict? Did you escalate the conflict? Were you instigating? Because if you were, you will be, the hammer will fall on you harder, because not only did you instigate the situation, but you had a firearm on you, right? So you should have known to avoid this situation. You have a deadly weapon, don't go over instigating, especially if you're over there saying, no, if you're just basically saying, oh, you won't do nothing, whatever. No, I'm not going to get into it, but you know the lingo. That will come into your court case, and that will come on you, and that could affect your whole case. That could go from you having a justified case to you having some type of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, voluntary manslaughter, murder, etc. Right? All because you just did not avoid the conflict. All because you didn't walk away. You felt a certain amount of bravado because you had a firearm on your person that you were untouchable, or if anybody put hands on you, this is what you're going to do in that situation. That's not what you're supposed to do as a smart concealed carry person, right? That's what you're not supposed to do as someone who's knowledgeable with your firearm. Someone who is supposed to be educated with your firearm, right? One of the things we talk about in the class is the Shark Tank analogy. And what that is, if your cell phone fell in a shark tank, are you gonna go in there and get it? Of course not. But if your kid fell in there, now you have more an incentive to go in there and risk your life. And basically that's what I'm trying to get to. Is that situation that you're in worth risking your life? Is it worth risking going to jail for? If it's something you can honestly just say, hey bro, you got it, and you walk away from, then that is honestly the smartest answer you can go with. Hey bro, you got it. Diffuse the situation, walk away, and go home with your life, go home with your freedom. That is what someone who's smart will do. If you can, that's what you will do. If you can't, then again the situation will escalate from there. But in all intents and purposes, if you can avoid the situation or de-escalate the situation, that is in your best bet. Using your firearm is your absolute last resort. That is what you use when you have no other option but to use your firearm. It's not supposed to be your first option. On the moment he says something out of his mouth, I'm pulling my gun. Straight to jail, right away. All right, and unfortunately, that's how a lot of people go to jail. That's how a lot of these cases come about. You see people have a disagreement and no one knows how to de-escalate the situation or how to avoid the conflict. Just walk away, just let things go. There's too much pride and ego, right? And nobody's thinking, but all these people have a deadly weapon on them, and now they just get to, right? And now we have on the news, oh, mass shooting, oh, nobody needs guns no more, we need to ban guns. No, because of something that honestly could have been avoided. So I want to make a 20-minute video on this. You know, I just want to really get the gist to you guys. Early morning thoughts that when you go out on your day. Conflict avoidance. When you're in a situation, I want you to think about, is this situation worth risking my life? Is this situation worth risking my freedom? So that's my tip for the day, y'all. Conflict avoidance. Use it. Is your best friend, along with conflict de-escalation. Now I'll do a video on that later on, but today's video is conflict avoidance, avoiding the situation. If you go to a gas station, pulling in late at night, and you see a group of people hanging out, that might not be the gas station you want to go to, right? Conflict avoidance. Right? You hear somebody, you know, do a little heckling, running their mouth, right? You know, black people, we get, you know, someone's running their mouth, saying a whole bunch of stuff, trying to get a reaction out of you. Don't give it to them. Is what they're saying worth you risking your life? Is what they're saying worth you risking your freedom? Right? Things to think about. So I want to leave you guys on that tip. I want you guys to stay educated and stay dangerous, right? Because the world's crazy out here. People crazy out here. On top of that, if you're looking for firearms training, I'm here in Jacksonville, Florida. I do CCW certificates as well if you're looking to get your CCW license. I do travel and I will leave the state, but you need at least 6 people or more for me to do that. If you're looking for gun gear and other firearm products at a discount, like ammo that's on a sale that it's not being posted really anywhere else, go to my Patreon page. I'm able to post the stuff there because YouTube, Facebook, Instagram doesn't let me do it there. They don't like freedom. So go to Patreon and you can get all that stuff that you're looking for. And if you're looking for anything specific, you can hit me up on Patreon and we can sit there and I can, you know, give you what you need. Also at a discounted price too. So with that being said, stay educated, stay dangerous. LocsNLoad out.